Listen, it's okay to change because everyone grows. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mel. To the returning and new subscribers, welcome, and thank you so much for your amazing support. To those who are lurking in the shadows, come on guys, it's been a while now. Click the subscribe button below and join the family. In today's video, we are going to be discussing some of the common mistakes that people make when they're newly single. The transition from being coupled up into singlehood can be choppy water. So the purpose of this video is to sort of help the singletons out there have a better understanding on how they can navigate during this period in their life. Mistake number 1, not grieving the end of a relationship. At the end of a relationship, whether it was long-term or short-term, a mourning period is necessary. You see, when you're used to being with someone, having someone in your life, their loss can be something that is very difficult to adjust to. It can feel almost like a death. So when we talk about grieving or mourning the end of a relationship, we're talking about putting a lid on the coffin of our hopes and dreams that we harbored for that relationship. We are saying goodbye to what that relationship meant to us and the person that we were in that relationship. This is a very difficult process, and it will bring up a lot of emotions like hurt, sadness, anger, disbelief, denial, you name it. But we need to go through the grieving process because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the best thing for our mental and emotional health. I know that we live in the age of the bounce back, the era of the snap back. We are the generation that catches flights and not feelings. But grieving is not something that you can afford to overlook or sweep under the rug. Because if you do not process it properly, it will stunt your ability to get back into life, and it will, without a doubt, poison any future relationship that you may want to build. Mistake number 2, not doing any work on yourself at the end of a relationship. Soul work is a crucial part of rehabilitation after a breakup. You need to take time to reflect on the relationship, to understand and to own your part in its demise, because it does take 2 people to make a relationship go bad. And you're also supposed to work through the impact that the relationship has had on you. Whilst you are doing your soul work, you're going to find that you need to have difficult conversations with yourself. Did you lose yourself in the relationship? Your sense of identity, that little spark that makes you uniquely you? Is your self-esteem still intact? What did you learn in the relationship? In what ways did it make you better or worse? Part of soul work is learning or relearning how to love yourself, how to set up boundaries, how to get standards if you lowered them, or how to set reasonable standards if you had set them a little too high, they're unattainable. It's defining what is acceptable and unacceptable to us. It is understanding what our needs are, what our expectations are of any future partner going forward. Last but not least, it's getting to know who you are in the moment, in your singleness. Listen, it's okay to change because everyone grows. As you discover yourself, as you peel away layers of who you were during the relationship and you're standing in your singleness, it's okay to change. Soul work is building, rebuilding, and strengthening the sense of who you are outside of a relationship. So please do the work. It's worth it. Hallelujah. Mistake number 3, jumping into a new relationship. When you're fresh out of a relationship, you're at your most vulnerable. So you need to be careful not to bleed all over people. I can liken the newly single to newly hatched baby geese. These little animals have a tendency to imprint on the first moving object that they see. It can be a tractor, it can be a farmer, it can be a cat, it can be anything. So, as people, we do not want a situation where we transfer emotions to people. Emotions coming from an old relationship and you sort of like project those onto someone new. It's not healthy. This is when we find ourselves in situations where you meet someone today, you love them within a week. It's not proper love because it's undeserved, it's not earned, and you don't really know that person. There's no depth to it. All you're pretty much doing is transferring all that love, all that emotion that you had for the previous partner onto someone new. And this is a good way to set yourself up for being taken advantage of. So you see people buying cars, people losing money, buying airtime, doing all sorts of crazy things because emotion has been transferred. You have projected, you've imprinted on someone prematurely. You don't want to give too much too soon. Jumping into bed with someone, opening up yourself emotionally, giving off your time, your energy, your resources, your whole pouring and pouring and pouring into someone you barely know. Don't do it. You will get hurt. What you need to do is pace yourself and give yourself time to heal and get back into the dating game when you're good and ready, when you know that you're coming from a place of wholeness, not a place of need. Mistake number 4, numbing your emotions with distractions. Feeling a rush of emotions, especially after a breakup, can be painful and so uncomfortable. And some people tend to go to great lengths to avoid and run away from facing their emotions. Emotional numbness is not a solution. It's a short-term coping mechanism with long-term consequences. Don't use external or physical stimulations to escape your emotions. Going shopping, binge drinking, doing drugs, having lots of casual sex, gambling, or even harming yourself. Those are not the answers. You need to learn to sit in your pain, to face your emotions and not run away. Understand that nothing lasts forever. The pain that you're going through, it will subside. You're not going to be hurt and bleeding and bruised for the rest of your life. You're going through it. You're not going to sit in it forever. So do the necessary soul work. Do the work that's going to make you whole. And that starts with not being afraid of facing your emotions. I do understand that when someone has been part of your life for a bit of time, long or short, it's only natural to want to know how they're doing, to know if they're okay. Because in most cases, breaking up with someone doesn't mean they're dead to you. You still care. And it's sort of hard to switch off your emotions, go from binary 1 to 0. You know what I mean? I do understand that part. However, consciously keeping tabs on your ex is not a good thing. You're not doing yourself any favors. Looking into the life of an ex tends to bring with it a sense of sadness and loss. Don't waste your energy on a dead-end situation. Stop hurting yourself by following their lives. Put distance between yourself and your ex up until a point where seeing them no longer triggers you. If you need to block them, please, by all means. Because what you need to do is to make sure that you safeguard your mental and your emotional well-being above all else. You're not being shady. You're protecting yourself. With that said, we have come to the end of our video for today. If it was helpful, if you learned something, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell below so that every time I post, you're the first to know. Up until next time, Musare Munyasha.